Hey everybody, my name's Ben and welcome back to another Beard Guys video. Today we are going to be looking at the answers that the Rust console dev team gave during an Ask Me Anything session that they held last Friday on the pre-order Discord server. During this session, they discussed upcoming content, aim assist, and mouse and keyboard support, as well as new, larger maps and event modes. We're going to take a look at all the info so you know exactly what to expect for the Rust console release on May 21st, as well as what will be coming further down the line. If you enjoy this video, then don't forget to drop a sub on the channel, as I'm going to be covering all sorts of Rust console news, as well as dropping a ton of tips and guide videos like our 10 things you might not know for Rust console that went live last week. In the Ask Me Anything session last week, the devs from Double 11 took questions from the players on the pre-order Discord server, and they responded to a few dozen different ones. Today, we're going to look at the ones I think will be of most interest to the players, and I'll put time codes in the video description if you want to skip on to the section that you are most interested in. I'll also put a link down below where you can read the answers in full. Question 1. Will we see the oil rig, cargo ship, and other new content in the full release of the game on May 21st. The devs say they aren't able to comment on when we will see specific content drops, but they do link to a new blog post on the Rust console site, which gives us some useful and interesting information. In this post, the team discusses the challenges of developing Rust on console, as well as saying that console will be following its own update roadmap separate to PC, but will be following the Rust PC approach of being updated regularly. This iterative approach to adding content rather than trying to drop the current PC content version of the game from day one is meant to both allow players to follow the game's gradual learning process, and also for the team to gradually add new content and work on issues that arise during that process. To me, this makes a lot of sense. If they'd waited until every feature from PC had been ready before releasing the game, then we could have been waiting several more years, as every new feature brings new bugs and development challenges, and that all adds up to more time. I also agree that there is already plenty to learn about Rust on console, even in its fairly primitive state. For those coming from PC, you might be gutted not to have all the latest features, but for the vast majority of players on Rust console, they are going to be learning everything completely from scratch, and there is already a ton for them to learn to get themselves up to speed. It's great to hear that regular updates are planned, and those new frequent additions of content should help to keep things fresh and interesting for many years to come. Question 2 comes with a much shorter answer. Will the Xbox Series X get a smooth 60 FPS? Matt from Double 11 stated that there was a configuration issue which has now been fixed and is awaiting implementation. Once live, that change is going to lock the FPS at 60 for the Series X. Question 3. Will there be aim assist in the final game? Following on from what had already been mentioned by the dev team once or twice, aim assist is going to be added to some specific servers, as well as being optional per player. Aim assist servers will be clearly marked as such, so you can choose if you wish to play in one or not. Personally, I don't think this is something that I really need in my game. I'm getting used to the aim pretty well, but it's nice to have that option for those who wish to try it out. Presumably for private server owners, this will be an option that they can configure themselves. Question 4. Will 5km maps ever be added to Rust console? Kevin from D11 stated that 5k maps will be in the game at some point. The current ones are 2.5 kilometers. And Matt goes on to say that they will go as big as memory and performance allows. These won't be available from game launch though. Question 5. Will community servers be available at launch? Community servers on Rust are privately rented servers, usually with custom rule sets and options different to official servers. This could be longer or shorter gaps between wipes, limits on team sizes, or a host of other configurable options. The team has confirmed that these won't be available immediately on release, but they are planned for soon after. Question 6. Will we see event modes on console like the Easter one on PC? Matt from Double 11 has confirmed that there are some events planned, so we can look forward to these limited time special events on the console version, though they might not look exactly the same as the ones on PC. Question 7. Will we see a low graphics mode? Low graphics mode is something you see in some games to help boost FPS on older gen machines. Matt from Double 11 says that this is something that they are looking into, but also states they have to be very careful with this kind of thing, as changes to graphical options on specific types of console could end up giving some players a competitive advantage. Question 8. Will there ever be cross-platform with PC, and will there be mouse and keyboard support? The devs have given a very firm no and no to both of these questions. Rust PC and Rust console are completely different games on a technical level, and there are no plans to attempt to create crossplay. They also state that to keep things fair on a competitive level, they won't be adding mouse and keyboard support to Rust on console. Question 9. Will we see more controller settings added? The answer here is a little vague, but it does state that they are taking feedback during the pre-order beta and that they're going to have room to tweak and change these before and after launch. I haven't had too much trouble getting my settings dialed in, but some players have struggled to find a balance, so we may see more options added or the calibration of some of the sliders adjusted. Question 10. Will voice chat be enabled? In-game voice chat has been disabled during the pre-order beta, but devs state here that it was only turned off temporarily whilst they fixed an issue with it. We should expect to see voice chat working again in the full release, so you can make friends, taunt your enemies, or beg for mercy. So that's all I'm going to cover from the AMA session in this video. There are some more questions answered in the full version, and I've screenshotted all the answers and posted them on the Rust console Reddit. So I'll put a link to that post down below if you want to have a read through them in greater detail. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this vid. And I also wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who has checked out our Rust content over the last week. They have all been going absolutely crazy, and I'm honestly so excited about making more content for Rust console in the future to try and help you all learn the game, stay up to date, and keep you entertained. Lastly, don't forget to check us out on twitch.tv/thebeardguys, where I normally stream most weekdays except for the last couple of weeks because I'm busy making lots of Rust content for YouTube, but normally I stream on there most weekdays. So thanks very much for watching. My name's Ben, we are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.